Hey there, it's Chris Leverdeen, and in this video I'm going to show you how I made this crochet planter cozy. I would say that this tutorial is beginner friendly, but if you're completely new to crochet, I will leave a Crocheting for Beginners video down in the description box below. The materials that I'm using for this project include size 4 white yarn from the brand Impeccable and a size 5mm hook. The very first step is to create a slip knot, and after you've created your slip knot, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to go back into that very first chain and do 1 single crochet. Then you're going to continue doing single crochets in a circular motion, counterclockwise, or I guess it doesn't really matter which way you go. Maybe if you're left-handed it might be clockwise. Either way, it doesn't really matter. As long as you go around in a circular motion, just go into whatever stitch that you see and create single crochets in them. There might be an actual way you could do this in a cleaner manner, but I just pretty much find a stitch I could crochet into, and then I just crochet into it. And after you've gone around once, then you're going to create 2 single crochets in every stitch that you see, just so that the project doesn't curl up on itself and it continues to expand. So again, just stick your hook in whatever stitch that you see next, and then create 2 single crochets into 1 stitch, and just keep on doing that until your circle gets as big as the bottom of your planter. And it might look like a mess at first, but when you keep doing this, it's going to eventually look something like this. And you're going to keep going around and around until it's the size of the bottom of your planter, maybe even a little bigger. I kept mine a little bit bigger because I wanted to easily put in and take out the planter whenever I wanted to. I didn't want it as snug, but if you want it more snug, make sure that it is exactly the same size as the bottom of your planter. And now that you've created the base, you're going to create the walls now. And to do that, you're going to only go into this part of the single crochet. Normally you go through both, but this time you're only going to go through 1. And you're actually not going to crochet a single crochet. You're going to crochet a double crochet, which is yarn over through the stitch, yarn over back through the stitch, yarn over back through 2 loops, and yarn over back through 2 loops. And that is your double crochet. And you're going to continue doing this, just making those double crochets into only that one part of the single crochet until you've gone all around once and all of the single crochets have already been crocheted into. Then you don't have to worry about only crocheting into part of the stitch. You could then crochet into the full stitch as normal. Only crocheting into part of the stitch helps the project face up instead of lie flat, and you'll see that in a bit. I'm going to show you right now what it looks like when you crochet only into that first little stitch in the single crochet. After you have made a couple double crochets, you would already be able to see that the project starts facing upward. So let me show you a side view so you can see. Instead of lying flat, it goes up, all because you're making those stitches into that inner portion of the single crochet. So after you've completed your first row of double crochets, this is my very last stitch I have to do, and I'm going to go into that inner stitch and 1 last double crochet. Alright, now I'm done with the row, and now it's time for the super easy stuff, which is just creating double crochets on top of the regular double crochets. And you don't have to worry about making sure like you put your hook in a certain part of the stitch or anything. You just make double crochets like normal. You're just going to go in a circular motion as opposed to just straight back and forth like you normally would on any other project. And you're just going to keep on going until you finally reach the top of your planter. Since my planter is relatively small, this is a very quick project, but if your planter is really big or medium, it's going to take a little bit longer. But the steps are the exact same thing, and it's really easy. You just have to know 2 stitches. And again, if you're unfamiliar with those 2 stitches, I have a Crocheting for Beginners video in the description box below. You can go ahead, check that out, and practice that, and then come back to this. So this is my finished product. It already fits my planter, and to make sure that it actually fits, I'm going to grab my planter and place it inside my little cozy until it's nice and cozy. And yeah, I really like the way it looks. I like the way it came out. And you can stop here if you want. If you wanted to just make it a normal cozy, then here you go. But if you want to make it a hanging crochet planter cozy, all you need to do is add the straps. Now just choose 2 sides, it doesn't matter where, it's a circular project, and you're going to chain about 50 or however many chains that you like. It depends how long you want your straps to be, how long you want your planter to hang from, and then you're going to go back on those chains using a slip stitch just to make it sturdier, and afterwards just create basically a slip knot with those 2 straps. And I was having a little bit of difficulty because I didn't really make it long enough, but I was still able to manage, and here is my slip knot. And now you can hang your planter through your slip knot. Yay! Now all I have to do is actually add the plant, actually. That was the final step. Okay, so once I was done with the cozy, I took the planter back out and put the plant inside the planter, and then I put that inside the cozy. And this is what it looks like. It looks super cute, and I'm very happy with it. And it is sturdy enough to support this plant, but of course, if you have a bigger plant and a bigger planter, it's going to be heavier, so you're either going to need to make more straps or thicker straps. Just play along with it. It's a lot of trial and error. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to click that red subscribe button if you have not already, so I can see you next time. Bye!